What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a little Jays talk. The Blue Jays absolutely beat the brakes off the Athletics 12-0. We're back to 500. Vibes are high. The offense looked great. And if you were wondering how the Athletics were 10 games under 500, I think we got the answer. They have a great offensive core, some really nice pieces on that side of the ball. The pitching was absolutely atrocious, as the Blue Jays string together 18 hits, 12 runs, and miraculously, they had a position player come in, and it wasn't all against him, as he came in and only let up 3 hits with no runs. So, beautiful game, just what you want to see out of the offense. And right off the hop here, I'd like to give an appreciation post to Ernie Clement, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. This is Ernie Clement's splits right now versus right-handed pitching and versus left-handed pitching. Now, it's clear to see we've got a good platoon at third base right now if they're deployed correctly, if all of our guys are back and healthy, because what Ernie Clement is doing against left-handed pitching is nothing short of elite. You can see his OPS is over 1,000. I don't know how long he's been this good of a hitter against lefties. I knew that he had some platoon advantages there, but this is pretty extreme. Now, if he can be this guy, or even, a 900 OPS against lefties and provide that solid defense at multiple positions, that is an incredibly valuable, halftime player on your roster. And that is something that I think the Blue Jays will look to deploy a little bit more diligently moving forward. I think maybe we do see a full-on Barger and Clement platoon at third base once Jimenez is back. Things can obviously change with injuries and whatnot, but that is looking very intriguing, that combination. I just wanted to highlight that the dude is absolutely raking against lefties, and it is great to see him really start to carve out a niche role on this roster and be a very valuable player in that role. Now, back to the recap. As I said, the Blue Jays ran away with this one, so we'll skip over most of it. It was a quiet game in the first inning, but then in the second inning, Lopez still pitching for the Athletics. We had Barrios on the mound. Kirky singles to center field to start off the second. Santander walks. Ernie Clement then launches 383 feet to left center field, and it is 3-0 Blue Jays. Miles Straw then grounds out. Jonathan Clase, who's looking fantastic lately, he's looking a lot like what we thought maybe Alan Roden would give us, is that Spencer Horwitz type breakout. I think he's batting 340 in his last 20 games or something like that. Something really good, because he had started out brutal, and he's now got respectable numbers on the year. So really big breakout coming from Jonathan Clase. He singles to left field. Stefanik then flies out. Jonathan Clase steals second base. Bichette doubles, scoring him, and then Vladdy launches to left center. And the funny thing about this was, it was to the exact same fan that the Ernie Clement home run was at. It was hit at a young kid, maybe 10 years old or something like that. He drops the first one, and then he doesn't miss the second one. He catches the Vladdy one, so that was really cool to see. And what are the odds of getting 2 home run balls back-to-back in the same inning, hit directly at the exact same fan? Pretty neat stuff. Springer then singles, chasing the starter from the game, and it is now 6-0 Blue Jays. Maldonado comes in. Kirky singles again. If you'll remember, he led off this inning with a single to center. He singles to center again. Santander then walks again, loading the bases. And Ernie Clement doubles to left field down the line, scoring 2, making it 8-0 Blue Jays in the second inning. Wild stuff, something that we've hardly seen at all this year are these big innings. 8 runs is an extreme, but just phenomenal stuff here, just going through the lineup. Straw then lines out for the second time, I believe, in the inning. He grounded out the first time and then lines out, so he accounted for 2 of the outs that inning. Barrios in cruise control in this one looked phenomenal, shut down their offense entirely. Third inning, Blue Jays don't let up. Clase walks, Stefanik grounds out, Bichette homers, making it 10-0, and then George Springer homers, making it 11-0 Blue Jays in the third inning. Kirky walks, and Sean Newcomb comes into the game, getting Santander to strike out. So, being that we're 11-0 Blue Jays at this point, I will just skip ahead because it was a fairly good game, and obviously you're having a lot of fun watching it as a Blue Jays fan because we don't get to see this that often. But the next scoring came all the way in the 7th inning when Kirky hits a sac fly scoring Barger and moving Sanchez up to third, making it 12-0. Now, I'll do a quick recap here of the box score because, like I say, it's a runaway. It ends up 12-0. Bo Bichette goes 2 for 4, 3 RBIs in the big home run. He looked phenomenal. Barger comes in for him at third base, goes 2 for 2. He looked great. Vladdy goes 1 for 4 with the home run. Awesome stuff. Springer 2 for 5. As you can guess, 18 hits. Pretty much everybody did well. Springer 2 for 5. Kirky 3 for 3. Santander went 0 for, but he did work 2 walks. He looked all right. At least being selective with his, his approach. But yeah, the 0 for kind of sucked when everyone else is rallying around getting hits. He was unable to, but yeah, 2 walks, solid stuff there. Ernie Clement goes 3 for 5, absolute dog. Had 5 RBIs in that second inning. Just amazing stuff from Ernie Clement. And as I said, he needs to be in the lineup against lefties every single time. Miles Straw, 1 for 5, giving Dalton Varsho the day off. Jonathan Clase, 2 for 4, tremendous stuff out of him. And Stefanik goes 1 for 4, and he provides solid defense. But just an absolute great game, great way to get the offense going. Hopefully this series can get something sparked that we can actually maintain, because as we all know, it's been a real roller coaster. We look great for a couple games, and then we fall off the face of the earth. So it'd be nice to see something get a little bit more rolling and have, a more balanced production that kind of is sustained for a prolonged period of time rather than these boom and bust cycles that we have been having. So on the home runs, yeah, it was Springer got his 6th of the year, Guerrero Jr. got his 8th, Bichette gets his 6th as he's warming up with his power stroke, Clement gets his 2nd, and pitching side of things, Jose Barrios, 6 innings pitched, 9 strikeouts, only 2 hits and no earned runs, 90 pitches, phenomenal stuff from Jose Barrios. This is a good offense on the Athletics. Fluharty comes in and gets 1 inning done with 2 strikeouts. And Urania comes in and does his role nicely as he closes it out with 2 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, no earned runs, and 31 pitches. So great stuff all around. We're learning more about this Blue Jays team as we go. We're hoping to start to get a little bit of consistency. Not going to overreact to one game, but it was a nice sigh of relief to just watch an absolute onslaught from our offense. It was just, we've been through so much poor performance on the offensive side that it's nice to just sit back, enjoy the game, and not overthink it too much. Really exciting stuff to watch. Anyways, let me know if you guys watched. Drop a comment below. We'll talk to you guys later. All right, have a good one.